General Hospital GH. Spoilers update for Friday, April 4, reveals that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, will make a fierce accusation while Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, confesses to Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson. It looks like a Vaughn, Bryce Durfee twist will be revealed as well, so some great stuff's coming up on the ABC soap. For starters, Trina Robinson, Tabyana Ali, will have some reservations when Kai Taylor, Jen's Austin Astrup, updates her on Drew's proposal. Drew is willing to pay for the procedure that could help Kai resume his football career, but Trina will voice some concerns. Nevertheless, this has to be Kay's decision, so Trina may point that out like Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner did. Speaking of Curtis, his showdown with Drew will heat up on Friday's GH episode. Drew will make a major accusation and perhaps argue that Curtis is letting his grudge get in the way of Kay's future. Curtis will make some accusations of his own and continue to act like Drew taking advantage of Kay's struggles. Drew will think they've got enough hostility without throwing this Kai issue into the mix, but Curtis will remain protective of him. Later, Trina and Kay's conversation will get derailed, so we'll see if Drew might reach out hoping for an answer or if someone else will interrupt. Other General Hospital spoilers say Ava Jerome, Maura West, will stop by Rick Lansing's Rick Hurst room following his surgery. After Ava delivers a plea for Rick to awaken, will he listen and open his eyes? Whatever the case, some surprising intel is about to land in Ava's lap, and it could potentially give her some power. If Ava realizes Rick's car was sabotaged, she may suspect Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, was the saboteur and that she got the wrong vehicle. We can't forget Ava knows Rick was parked in her designated space. Next, Lucky will visit Elizabeth's room, where she'll confess that her broken leg recovery will be tougher than expected. Liz won't want to be a burden, but she could never be one to Lucky and will no doubt get a promise of his assistance. At Carly Spencer's Laura Wright place, she'll push Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, to accept her decision to be with Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, along with her belief that he won't hurt her. Although Carly will try to convince Jason that she's not in danger, he'll have a hard time believing that since she almost perished due to that poisoning fiasco. Even so, Jason doesn't like clashing with Carly, so they seem poised to call some form of a truce on Friday's show. At the WSB Training Center, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, will offer more news on Vaughn's sketchy behavior and assure Brennan that everything she claims is true. Despite Vaughn's attempt to spin things, Jocelyn will think that weird exchange at the cafe was a red flag. Brennan may eventually praise Jocelyn for seeing the planted clues if this is a ruse connected to her training. Once Jocelyn successfully proves she's devoted to the WSB, Brennan may make a prediction about her being prepared and approve her graduation. General Hospital spoilers say Jocelyn will receive her first mission soon, so stay tuned. The hospital was bustling with activity as the events of the day unfolded, and it seemed like everyone had something on their minds. Inside General Hospital, the lives of the residents continued to entwine with one another, and this Friday's update would lead to some unexpected twists and turns. It was early morning when Trina Robinson, Tabyana Ali, found herself sitting in the hospital lounge, anxiously waiting for Kai Taylor, Jen's Austin Astrup, to arrive. Trina's mind was clouded with doubts after receiving the news that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, was offering to pay for Kay's surgery. The procedure could be the key to Kai resuming his football career after an injury threatened to end his dream. Despite her reservations, Trina tried to push her fears aside. The weight of the decision was not hers to make, but she couldn't help but worry about the long-term consequences of accepting Drew's offer. What if it's too much too soon? What if you take the money, and it complicates things down the line? Trina questioned softly as she waited for Kai. When Kai walked in, his face was full of hope, but Trina could see the pressure mounting in his eyes. Drew has his reasons, Kay said, his voice tinged with both gratitude and apprehension. But I want to make sure I'm doing this for the right reasons, not because I owe anyone anything. Trina took his hands in hers. I just don't want you to feel obligated. You deserve to make this decision for you and only you, not because of what anyone else expects. Kai nodded, but before he could respond, the door swung open and Drew entered the room. There was an undeniable tension between him and Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, who had just walked in as well.